Yeah, so welcome to the stream. I'm going to be continuing this character, doing the leg, all the legs this time. So we'll really be finishing with the arms on this one. Last time I had these spikes at the back of the legs. I've just realized that I don't care really for them. So we're just going to get rid of them. Also, I had this like spherical aspect to them. Um, that was taken from like the size of like the abdomens of spiders. I'm like wondering if I want to tone it down a little bit. I'm not sure actually, or just trying to see if it's really the size that I want. So I'll put myself a layer on this and just test. Bo Smart, hello to you. Oh, it's now 94. Hey, Magman. Hello. Oh, I'm pretty inclined to leave this section with this much volume, actually. Matt, hello, Marco. Well, hello to you too. Everybody's doing well. Let's just see. Let's just see what I did with that layer. Yeah, no, the thighs were better before. So I'm gonna take a Stormorph target, just get back to the size they were before. Yeah, there was something to fix about the knees though. So this I'll continue with this just like a little like silhouette adjustment. Also, I'll make the thighs more prominent from the side view. Let's remove the arms from the way. I'm really trying to get also like um, dynamic shapes happening here, or dynamic silhouette. Like, for example, how like this line goes, this line on the other side, like kind of like answers to it. For example, I'm trying to make sure they're not like symmetrical. Like for example, if I was to do this, now this line and this line are starting to be too symmetrical. Like I like the fact that there's this line like this, and this line kind of like chains. Like for example, you have like this line like this, and this line chains into it, almost. Like really like a chain link. I find that like this makes the shapes mostly interesting, or at least more interesting than if it's like too symmetrical, right? And that's what I call dynamism. It just like creates like a dynamism in the shape flow. So you're asking if there is junior position at Chaos Masons. There are sometimes. You'll only know if you apply and we call you back. So take your chance and your portfolio. Um, the way to send the portfolio to us is to go at the link at the bottom of the screen, and there is a link to our official website, chaosmasons.com, and then you have a contact form in there to send us emails. For the knee shape, I'm using just like normal anatomy, like standard human anatomy for the like how the line flow goes there, if I can say that. Yeah, so yeah, that's better so far. Oops. Yeah. All right. Yeah, especially in that. Yeah. So you see that's better. That's better shape. It's still not perfect. I can still see in some angles it's not the volumes I'm looking for. So let's just continue to adjust a little bit. Because we're at the point where we're going to be polishing, right? So we want to have our like major shapes like nailed down. Do you think that sculpting from 2D concepts are a valuable thing to show in your portfolio? Yeah, totally. I mean, that's what you're going to be mostly asked to do in studios. So it's absolutely valid. I'd say it's even like if you're like somewhat of a junior, it's even probably better you do that because, um, I mean, in my opinion, and it's not like a diss on anyone, but in my opinion, like most 3D modelers don't have like the best 3D designer skills, right? So if you like do a character, if you model a character and you do it like super well, but the design is not interesting, it's going to be less impactful than if you actually did something from like a concept that actually is really good, right? So and also like I mean, if you're trying to get yourself a job as a 3D like designer, yeah, you have to have like pieces in your portfolio that you did the concept yourself as well, right? I'm just saying that it's an added challenge to also do it from your own design, right? Me, I've always done it, most things from my own design, just because I just love like the design aspect so much. But you don't need to do that in order to get a gig. And also, like I said, if you end up doing a design that is not interesting, it might actually be even hurtful at a certain point. But you should not stop yourself at that either. No? As a beginner, I find it hard to sculpt a cool design from scratch. Same for composition. Yeah, it's that's why there's a job that's like only that, designing. It's because it's a craft by itself. It's not easy to do. There's something about like that angle for the leg that I'm not okay with the look. It's starting to get like really nuanced. The what I'm fixing, but it's gonna be worth it. That did make it better. All right, and now just for the feet. Just gonna make sure they are also okay. The goal is to make them very thin. And the same idea of a spider leg that is like very thin at the end. But I'm not sure how much I like it though. I didn't revisit the feet part for a long time, so now after a while seeing it, kind of like thinking I need to adjust that maybe. Like I'll keep the like the intention of how thin it is. It's just I feel it's like a bit shapeless right now. Yeah, so far we're really doing a lot of shape tweaking. So you see, it's like I'm really just like playing with the shape just to get something like more interesting. Like having like this dip in the silhouette here is just more interesting than almost like a straight line, if you get what I mean. Hello from Brazil. Well, hello there. And this is just adding volume on the silhouette just to see what it provides. Creating cavity. So like creating cavity to get like a more impactful silhouette. Sharpening the corners. Jambiz, hey Marco, good to see you. Good to see you too. Hey, hey, hey. Oops. Right now I'm in non-perspective view just because I really want to see the outline correctly of the feet. What's that? Oh, the question to the answer to I don't really see the full reply of the the answer about like if it's valuable to sculpt from a 2D concept, is that what you're asking? Um, well, the full answer, you can always check back the video once I put it on YouTube. Gonna be the bottom of the link, bottom of the screen. There's the link for the YouTube page. They're all there. But in a nutshell, it's yes, I find it's valuable, especially if because like in studios, that's what they're gonna ask you to do. If you're trying to get a job in design, yeah, you should learn how to do design. But if you're not really good at design and you want to showcase your 3D modeling skills, sometimes it can be even better to just rely on like a cool concept that you know is already cool and like instead of like trying to do a concept and it's not really good and it kind of like hinders your like hinders the quality of your work even if the modeling is well done. No problem. Yeah, so far the changes are greatly enhancing the silhouette, so that's good. Okay, I'm thinking that this is going to be okay to start with. So we're gonna revisit the shape of the arm when we're gonna get to it. But yeah, I think that's a go for the shapes and everything. Let's save. Jambej, are there details you're trying to preserve across all insectoid series? Yeah, they like kind of like have all like the same kind of like grid and other kind of like materials. They have synthetic muscles. They have the tubings and everything. There's a bunch of stuff. They have all like the same like color separation hierarchy, whatever. Um, they all have 6 arms. Also, well, I mean, two. I mean, like 4 arms and 2 legs, except for this one, which is an arachnoid instead of really being an insect, right? So it has more arms. Um, certain visual language, some certain details I keep across all of them, but I don't restrict myself too much either. Digitipo, thank you for the sub. That's really appreciated. Okay, so one of the first thing I'm going to do now that I have this character like the shape nailed down is I'm going to focus on my primary shapes. And right now there's like a few things that are like symmetrical and like really important primary shapes. For example, like this huge ellipse or sphere or whatever is one. Um, the butt is a modified primary shape, so it's not like super important, although like I might try to get like it to be already polished. But this is one. This is like a primary shape with like an extension here, so I'll try to like insert objects that are already like a primary shape in nature. Um, we're gonna have one here with an extension, one here with an extension. There's that joint inside of the knee, which is a primary shape, and we'll build the rest around it, pretty much like we did the rest for the rest. Sorry. The knee is also a 2 primary shapes with like a bridge in between here. So that is going to be one of the first thing we're going to do. Um, sorry. The synthetic muscle also that's something we're going to do pretty much after, and we're going to build from that. So the primary shapes are not necessarily like the underlayer or the top layer. It's just that they influence the silhouette so much and they have to look clean. So that's why I'm going to kind of like insert primary shapes in these areas here to make sure that everything looks good. Also, I just realized I don't have my coffee. So just give me a sec. I'll be back in a second. So just a reminder, um, primary shapes, they are very, very strong. The only problem with them is that the moment that they're not like, in quotes, perfect, you can really see it with the eye. For example, when you pose a character, some stuff is going to get stretched for sure. You should make sure that like if you have any primary shapes on the character, like even like those small like circles, like a circle is a primary shape. It's like the moment it gets skewed a little bit, you can like see it, and it just really looks off. So they're strong shapes, but they're also in a way like vulnerable, kind of like diamond. It's like the hardest material on the planet or whatever. But like when you find like it's like breaking angle, breaking point, whatever, it shatters completely. Um, White Bell Studio, can you show 3/4 of the recent again? Of the recent? Can you match your camera with the gray on the right? Uh, that would be kind of like this here. The calves are primary. Yeah, let me check. The mask sections on the thigh. Sorry, King Sea Dog. What are you saying? Oh well, yeah. There's like here. That would be, this one is like very stretched, but like it's still it finishes with like a it finishes with like a circle area. So there's like a bridge, right? There's going to be like a connection that's going to be um, done more organically, but like if I wanted to end with like this like piston thing, whatever, I better make sure that like it is a circle. So yeah. Also these like these here, I'm probably gonna want to keep like looking clean or whatever. So yeah. Um. So yeah, I guess let's just let's go and place them. It's gonna be as simple as just taking like a. I could even like use the dynamic symmetry to keep in position like that and just like model it and but at the moment we're just placing the object, right? So I'm gonna try to place it and match it the most the to the concept. Also, it kind of like has a center, so be careful of that because I'm kind of, you see the way that I place those piston, I'm kind of like trying to get the center of this shape to be here, right? Right now it's a bit off, but the intention is there. So I'll try to like the center of the object is that line, right? First, we're gonna cut that shape around here. So like the fact that it's visible here is not a problem. Okay, so we're gonna go for that. We're just gonna give it like a very flashy color for the moment. And I just want to just like confirm that if I really follow that shape here, that I'm going to be happy with the results. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay, so that's kind of like a good average of the shape now. And this is simply to make sure I am happy with that modification. I did not save the changes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to export the changes. I'm going to go back. Yeah, and there we go to that stage. Add a layer and import the OBJ I just exported. So now the OBJ has imported inside of the layer. Okay, it's a bit bigger than I wanted. What if I can just deflate it like that, maybe? So I'm going to come back here. I'm not going to do that for every primary shape, but this one is it's like very, very controls the shape of the entire thigh, so I'm just going to make sure that it looks good. All right, so it's going to look a little bit more like that. So the before and after will be like this. Yeah, that's fine. That's good. Let's keep it like that. Okay, so we're going to keep that shape because we're going to create this object based on this primary I just placed there eventually. But now I know that everything will be clean, so we're all good. So I'll go and place another one now. The butt is going to be pretty hard because like the butt is, it has like a very distinct shape. I could try. Let's duplicate it. So I just don't think that it's close enough to like it has a very organic shape. And I really don't think that we're gonna be able to get like a primary shape to fit correctly. Like what I'm trying to say, it's like it's pretty much a goose chase. Talking about goose chase, I played the I'm playing the game from the creators of Untitled Goose Game, and it's it's pretty silly. It's pretty good though. But you see, it's like now it feels like on this side I'm placing it correctly, but it's just not like working for like this part. You see, that's what I mean. It's a really, really like organic shape. It looks round, but it's not a primary shape. So this is not gonna this is not gonna work. So on to well, the rest are cylinders. They're not spheres. And even like the knee is like two cylinders, one here and one here with like a bridge in between. So yeah, so we won't need that. We're gonna now be placing cylinders. And since we're placing cylinders, we're gonna try to use already existing cylinders on the character. Like these here. All right. So I feel like this is the placement for that cylinder that respects the most the shape. Oop. Oh, it's not wow. If I'm in dynamic, how does it work? Okay, in dynamic it works. All right. So here again, I'll kind of like readjust now the shape to work better with what I added here, and just make sure that like it's still like a silhouette that I like. Also, I'll need to add the like this part here as well. I should have probably taken this one instead. Cool. I feel like placing IMM is your favorite part. No, I hate it. It's the opposite. I'm diligent about it, but I do not like it. It's not an organic way of working. It's important for the look and cleanliness of the character, but I do not like it. I also do not like to I like to create things by myself. It's just that I'm trying to make a really complex character and not too long, so I have to use ways to get there faster. So there's a part that's cloth that goes over this. So yeah, I should have taken this one to be able to place the IMM on top as well, because the IMM on top I can use it. Yeah, you know what? Let's do something about that. Yeah, sometimes the transpose line when using it to place, it kind of like chops the shape. It's really weird. Hello, I have a question. Do you usually pose the character first in ZBrush before texturing in Substance Painter or after? Depends. Um, I'd say most of the time I pose it first, but that's really just because I'm trying to get like a character. Like I'm not intending on like doing animation or that sort of stuff or whatever. Oh my god, they're skewed. How did they get so skewed? Yeah, it's like that. Okay. It's unfortunate. Yeah, that's gonna work. All right. I'm gonna delete the thing I hid because I really don't think I'm gonna be using it for the other parts. Um, yeah, I found the good content of Twitch finally. Thanks. Bye. Hello, what would you consider the percentage of kit bashing versus modeling on your workflow? How important is kit bashing to you? Uh, I tend to kit bash only like parts that get super repetitive. Like you'll see, like I always have like here and there like pistons like that, details. Sometimes it can get like bigger, like this like joint part here, but I know that like I'll be reusing it on the character. So for me, instead of like redoing always the same like a different joint, like might as well just like copy paste it in some areas. Also, it creates echoing on the character, so it's pretty good. But in terms of like how a Kid Bash defines a character, it should not define the character. The character is defined by its like its shape, and a bunch of other choices you make on the character. Kid Bash should not be part of the design of your character. It should be accessory to it. When the Gizmo 3 be more efficient for this kind of tweaks? Absolutely. It's just I lost it on this object. Okay, so we're gonna go and we're gonna go place that for the ankles now. It's almost perfectly placed already. So yeah, no, it's better with the gizmo, but like I'm really used to the transpose line as well, so it's not really an issue for me. Sometimes I even prefer the transpose line. All right, so that should be enough. I find that this part is too standing outside of like the shape here, I can always like push it in. Which probably it is a little bit. Oh yeah, that part of the shape is actually integrated in there. So I need to. Oh, did I skew it again? How did I? No. I think I might have, but anyways. There we go. Yeah, it's better like that. Okay, another one. Starting to get a bit repetitive what I'm doing, but once it's gonna be done, it's gonna help a lot. What do you mean lost it? Oh, well, I mean, if you change to the transpose line or if you merge your subtool, sometimes the gizmo that was associated to your subtool can just like disappear. I kind of like made a mistake on this, but I think it's not going to be visible. Oh, okay, well. All right, let's try to make it fit. All right, something like that. Alt click on the surface doesn't bring it back. There's chance that it's going to be offset. So not really to take that chance. Question is it a known bug? Will Maxon address that? No, I think it's more like a function. Okay. Now we're gonna place a joint. Do I have a joint somewhere here? No. See, I would need to open like the another previous character for that. All right. So we're gonna go and get the same joint as she has. The joints are not very similar. Ah, that's stupid stuff. Oh my god. Why is it doing that? Like that, I never understood why it's doing this. I think I'm gonna change the design around it to fit. It's not a big change anyway now. All right, place another joint here. Let's shrink it a little bit. But does ZBrush need a GPU? A GPU strong? I don't know, so if you're asking, yeah, it's only CPU. Marco, do you leave the joint cap for a reason to make it watertight? Do I leave the joint caps for a reason? I'm not sure what you mean by the joint caps. Sorry. What is the next part of your art evolution? A game, a cinematic? Um, I'm mostly interested by learning how to paint my own prints, to be honest. I think it's going to simply be that. I was actually supposed to start this weekend with my first class, but it didn't happen, which is fine. You know, stuff happens, but I was really looking for it now. I'm not trying to make it perfect. I'm just trying to see if I align them, if I can actually get the same feeling for the silhouette as before. Yeah, it doesn't change enough. I'm gonna keep the Alright, so now the joint and all those things on the sides are well placed. That's good, that's good. So I was going to do like this joint on the foot, but I'm really gonna stop myself at the leg for the moment and tackle the foot another time. Okay, I'm gonna do the parts here. So right now it's a lot of repeating the same thing, so it's not the most captivating thing, but it's neat. It needs to be done. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm gonna need be streaming my paint, but I just want to get like a decent at it first. But that could be an idea. So when I placed the cylinder here, I did lose a bit of like the shape of the cap. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just like getting it back. There we go. So now it works with the this like new part I added. So same idea on the other side. Basically, I'm just getting rid of a few levels of this shape, just to see if it will fit better with the blocking under, because the blocking under is quite different in this area. We're gonna have to rethink a little bit the materials in this area, that's for sure. All right, it should be good enough. Okay, essentially the everything is the same. I've placed most of these like module. The knee is missing. Shiva 3D, hello, hello. All right, so there's the knee needs to be done. Because yeah, the some parts of the leg or any parts of the character are more like liminal, and some are kind of like the focus. The knee is going to be like a focus part, and like those cloth, like black cloth that goes all around there, are more like the liminal areas, right? Um, we also have to place these synthetic muscles in there. Yeah, we'll start working on the knee. Let's save first. Do you save tool or document? Well, document is just a picture of your screen, so I do not save document. If you're asking if I save project, rarely. I save mostly just the Z tools. I save project when it's like I save a scene that has like a special like render setting to it, something like that. Trying to find something I could use, reuse, I should say. I think I'm gonna go for something simple. Those assets that I've been using and reusing. Alright, we're gonna try to create it symmetrical. Like the entire knee part, I mean. Hey Marco, what's your stream schedule? Sometime I see you at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Well, first of all, that's not the time, like my time. Also, no, it's been months and years that it's in the morning. Well, for me right now, it's 11 a.m. Like I start at like 9 a.m. ish. Oh, wow. See, I've been using transpose line to change the size of this, so I'm like losing the gizmo. See, now the gizmo is like back at the center, and for the action I'm gonna try to do, I need to keep it at the center. So I'm going to create something for this. The only reason for it is going to be to calculate my distances. So first of all, I'm going to enter local. There we go. Local symmetry, dynamic symmetry, I mean, sorry. Gonna rotate my object so that this thing at the center is like the middle of the knee, let's say. All right. And I'm gonna create an extrusion all around here. The sole purpose of just calculating the center of my shapes. So we can see right now my knee is like not aligned with my the joint at the back. So I'm gonna try to fix that a little bit. But it requires me to change a lot of things about the orientation at the front. So Okay, so I will adjust things here. According to this like placeholder knee. Okay, it's 8:30 p.m. here in India. I remember I saw your stream at 7 a.m. once. 7 a.m. That would be that's weird. That's outside of like the normal hours I do. Born 94. Do you have any back neck problems? No, not really. Because the way that like my thing is positioned, like my back is like somewhat straight. Um, and yeah, my Cintiq is like in this angle, so it's actually like pretty comfortable. My my elbow is like I have both of my arms like sitting on the armchair, and the keyboard's actually on my thighs. It's not like on above my Cintiq, so it's a very like relaxed position. Plus, I mean, usually every like hour or something, I get up, and I also go to the gym to do exercises that kind of like go against my sitting position, so it also helps a little bit. Okay, so that's the change to the knee according to the joint placement. It's not a big change. That's perfect. It's not perfectly aligned with the back, but it's not going to be visible from our angle, so yeah. So I won't bother like making it even more perfect. Okay, now I'll place. Actually, you know what? I did that too fast. I'm going to need to. I'm gonna need my kind of like guide. There's a way that I could do that ultra clean, but alright, so if I align this one on this one now, I know for a guarantee that they're going to be perfectly centered. Alright. So this is now arguably perfectly placed with the joint here. I'm gonna try something. So here the gizmo is still perfect. And I'd like for this to be this gizmo here. So I'm actually going to merge down. Boom. There we go. I'm going to take this, delete it. And now this thing has a gizmo that is like perfectly centered with the joint. So I can duplicate it. Let's say I mirror it on the y-axis. Okay, where did it go? Wow, up there. Okay. That was a weird maneuver right there. But, oh! Wait, no, that's... that did not work. Oh, I can see that it's not well placed. Okay, we're... It's weird because it... Uh, yeah, okay. Yeah, if I mirror and weld it, I can see how it's not... You know what? I think I can still work with that, though. I'm doing some weird manipulation here. Okay, so now I'm pretty certain. Now I'm pretty certain it's gonna go according to plan. So if I am to do now this test, they should be perfectly aligned. Or like maybe not perfectly, but very respectably. Okay. Almost, they're just a little bit offset for some reason. No, this one was good. It's this one. It's a little bit offset. Yeah. Let's leave it to that. Yeah, I'll still need to work on the shape of those things here, and then I'll be able to tackle the modeling of the knee. But yeah, so far, like today, we simply adjusted the general silhouette of the leg, added those like primary shapes in there. So just like setting up the work for what's to come. Eventually, getting to the same amount of like detail and precision. But yeah, one step at a time, one step at a time. All right. Yeah, I think it's going to be as simple as that for this week. Nothing huge. Hope you had the chance to learn a few tricks though. And next week we're going to continue with that knee part, just giving the shape of it, probably placing the synthetic muscle afterwards, and yep, layer by layer we'll get there. So yeah, let's just go raid some one and call it a week. All right. So I hope you had fun. I'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.